Alright, this rematch started off slow similar to the first matchup, and the Cavs had the worst of it, because their offense was all out of sorts from the Thunder's defense. Their reds were clean, they were always showing in help positions, and they were always pulling over early on those low rotations, so they constantly shrunk the floor to take away everything inside. This was a prime example as to why they're at the top of the league on that side of the ball, and it's really how they're able to make up for their size disadvantage, because they're the best at collapsing the paint, then still rotating out to cover all that space. The Cavs got to experience it firsthand, because they couldn't finish at the rim, and kept losing the rock either in those clogged up driving lanes from all the traffic, or just from the Thunder's ball pressure, so if it wasn't them having to settle from deep, it was a turnover. If anything, those shots were basically live ball turnovers without a rhythm, and once all of those just started compounding late in the first, the game was over there, because the Thunder capitalized to break it open quick. At least their bench and Darius tried to match the Thunder's aggression by playing with more pace in the second and third, but those were just consolation points, because they couldn't ever get a hold of their turnovers, or even worse, they couldn't ever get a hold of Shea, so they weren't getting any stops. Just through 3, the Thunder converted 25 points off their 17 turnovers, and had 119 points, with 40 of those coming from Shea, because he was getting to his spots with ease every time he came down the court, so he maintained a rhythm throughout. I think he might have scored on every single one of their players at least once, and the only thing they could do was just outright sell late in the third, but that wasn't going to work, because the others were already in a rhythm from the momentum he created earlier, so that's what made the situation even worse. Brandon Carlson got a couple trays off his gravity, then Joe, Caruso, and Dort broke that zone quick, but it was really all about Dort's ridiculous heater, because it was obvious he was feeling real comfortable. I'm used to seeing him play on the catch, so I wasn't expecting him to put the rock down for a step back midi, and more than anything, that really showed just how good they felt as a team, because there wasn't much the Cavs could have done on that end once they were rolling. But after this type of loss, the Cavs' biggest concern should be on the other, because Don struggled once again, and the Thunder were only having Jalen Williams up on his screens compared to Zay showing, so he should have been able to get off in this one. Maybe it's as simple as Dort and Caruso, but the reason really doesn't matter, because this is a potential finals matchup, so he's got to figure out a way to match or outplay Shea if they want to win the chip. Just watch the tape.
As SGA makes it look too easy.